I wonder
And
if you can
go on, sorry.
assess employees or team members based on the small amount of power that you might give them and what they do with it. And I'll give you an example. I
Sure.
was at Disney World last week, and it was just a really interesting moment that stuck in my brain. And so we were at Animal Kingdom. I don't know if you've ever been to Disney World, but there's one of the parks is Animal Kingdom, and there was this little exhibit where it looked from I just there were kids climbing on it. It looked like it was open for kids to climb on and things. It nothing looked like you couldn't go onto it. It had little stairs and things to climb on. And so my wife had was in this little exhibit area with, and there were other parents, other kids, and this cast member, they call them, comes over, and he's really rude. He said, "All right, you all got to get out of here. You stepped over my rope." He kept saying, "You stepped over my rope." And they're like, "No, we didn't step over your rope." And I remember thinking, man, this guy he has a small amount of power, but what he's doing with it is really just insane. And so I wonder if there's a way of kind of of sort of testing out at lower levels, giving small amounts of power and see what people do with it.
Yeah, so it's actually really, really difficult because I mean, selecting people for roles anyway is an awful lot harder than is advertised. There's a million and one vendors out there who say we can do it, and we can do it with 99% certainty, right? That's BS. It's rubbish. They can't. It's really, really difficult to select people. But and when it comes to selecting how people are going to react to a certain thing, I mean, it's not chemistry. It's not if you insert X amount of this chemical with that amount of that chemical in this precise conditions, this is what will happen. It's not like that. It's really, really tough to figure out what's going to happen. But what you can do is you can look for the extremes. What typically happens is if you look for in particular, if you look for insecurities in people. So I think some of the things that most commonly end up in a bad place or with bad outcomes is that when you find people who have deep insecurities of any particular sort, that doesn't usually end up with a happy ending, right? When you start giving them power, because the power often brings that out, often ends up amplifying those insecurities. Because one of the things that power gives us, a little gift, if you want, is it gives us a brand new insecurity that no one else has. It gives us the fear of losing power.